I need to show you guys the fucking rabbit hole I fell down. Okay, so there's a few things in the world of Q that are pretty, most people know about them. Most people know, hold on one second, let me click on this and stop it real quick. We'll go to her, go to her. Go to videos. Get in here, silly. Okay, here we go. And then we'll control minus. There you go. All right, now I can show you a bunch of these together. Now, like we all know about the fucking baby milkshakes and adrenochrome and maybe some of you even know about the Child Protective Services running interference for the Pizzagate folks and that shit, right? You pretty much know that, right? You guys are in on a large part of that. Check me in the oh, sorry, somebody was asking me something. You should know a little bit of Lindell's show tomorrow night for laughs. I will. It's a good idea. Although he's not going to start freaking out till Thursday or Friday because they're going to slow the roll on a lot of the votes in areas where it's, where they're really hoping to get the Republicans in there. It's not going to work, but they're going to hold on till the last second. So a lot of you guys know that shit, right? General Q stuff. We've watched enough Roseanne videos to know that, and then the laced of anti-Semitism. Okay. How many of you know that all the Q people are betting on the Iraqi dinar? You know this bullshit? Anybody follow this stuff? Okay, so apparently, according to Q or some Q-related fuckhead, all of these Q nuts, these maggots that are Q-leaning or Q-adjacent, are dumped a shit ton of money into the Iraqi dinar. I shit you not. Now, wait, before I make this up, hold on. Iraqi dinar, sure, let's just do this, okay? And then, okay, so, let's see. Okay, so let me give you a general idea how this is going. So, whoops, Mike, to wake back up, Stream Deck, wake back up, you can do it. Come back. There you go. All right. So these folks believe that the Iraqi dinar is a secret Trump currency that he rigged while he was in there. And there's a bunch of different stories about how it fucking happened. But the idea is that the dinar to the moon, that this is the Dogecoin of the Q crowd. And it is the people that follow this stuff are, if you want to look up Q stuff without looking up Q stuff, look up stuff on Iraqi dinar, the Iraqi dollar, the dinar, okay? And you will find something that came up, for example, in my chat, my feed this morning. Hold on, this thing right here. Okay, so this lady who calls Shella Smith, I don't know. Chella. I'm going with L'chaim Chella. No, it's Chella, like Cheryl Shella. Is that what we're doing? I don't know. Anyways, all these videos, she does this little news program thing. Oh, it's beautiful. If you if you ever wonder where the guy who runs Lindell TV gets his cheap shit sets and graphics and overlays and stuff, bought them at the same place Coachella Smith bought. Yeah, Shella. I worked that. Okay, so so if you'll notice, I'll draw it back here. Okay, so up until 3 months ago, pretty much the same thumbnail, and this channel's only been on for a year, which they felt like they could come back. Because I just did a deep dive into this stuff. And they started a year ago. Yeah, so this little graphic, and then she went back and forth a little bit to try and dice it up, and then she just basically stuck with this and said, fuck it. And she does these little 10, 9-minute Iraqi dinar reports, okay? So in the beginning, she was afraid to talk about it. So it's all newsroom, weekly review, whatever, blah, 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 a year ago. And then At one point, yeah, here you go. Christmas Eve of last year, 10 months ago. Christmas Eve, Iraqi dinar. And then it just starts. New Year's, Iraqi dinar, Iraqi dinar, Iraqi dinar, Iraqi dinar, Iraqi dinar. Look at that shit. Iraqi dinar, oil and gas laws, Iraqi dinar, new exchange rate, Iraqi dinar news, and okay. All of this, yeah, is Q shit, okay? It's, so, needless to say, we'll just do a quick dip into one of these things just for the fuck of it. Now, hold on one second. She uses this kind of like, the Apple News graphic shit or whatever, and then she doesn't know how to fade the music down, so it stays up while she's on. Okay, here you go. And this is Shella, Iraqi dinar news, gold reserve, federal Supreme Court lawsuits, and shifts within the Iraqi government. So this Q lady is now your one-stop shop for Iraqi dinar news. And she's got a Lenovo screen, nice Chinese monitor. I don't know what that's about. Okay. Up behind her, and her little, like another TV she's displaying her graphic on. She's not green screening this stuff. She created her little home studio. Check this out for 1 second.
Welcome back, everyone, to Newsroom. I hope you guys are recovering well from yesterday's events with the St.
Oh boy, am I.
Patrick's Day celebrations. I'm Chella Smith, your Middle East U.S. entertainment news here on YouTube.
She's our Middle East entertainment news. She's also got 3 lower thirds that come standard in iMovie underneath her in the video.
I'm airing on Fridays, and I bring you the latest on reforms and economics based on reports put out by the Middle East news media outlets. I do this weekly review, and it's based off my interests. Thank you, everyone, for joining me.
Yeah, it's based on her interests.
Get right into our news headlines.
Let's do it. It was a soft cut. I don't know why the camera moved. I don't know why she couldn't just throw in a graphic. Never mind.
As Iraq shifts into their next government, Baghdad Obsess reports the first deputy
Baghdad Obsess?
Speaker of Parliament, Hakeem al-Zamili, reveals yesterday
Oh, by the way, it's really fun listening to her grow over time, learning to pronounce the names.
16th, 3 paragraphs during the next.
She can, by the way, iMovie's great with the Ken Burns effect. They also have a lot of transitions with graphics you can throw in. I'm just saying, so you don't have to do these like crossfades. It's just a production note.
Parliament session, stating that the House of Representatives includes deputies who do not look to their parties, but to the interest of Iraq.
Yeah, that's how politicians talk.
Noting the interest in forming a government and choosing a president representing Iraq. He states those 3
Excuse me, it's the Iraq and some such.
Paragraphs were the following. The next Parliament session will include several paragraphs, including...
Okay, she's just reading from Middle Eastern papers about like Al Jazeera shit. Or no, I don't know who's watching her, but she's got 1,000. She's got... I can't tell. She's got 4,000.2 subscribers and 1,000.2 views on this video. This is a 7-month-old video. Meanwhile, let's jump back to here. Here's all her stuff or whatever. And if you just look at this like just weird lady who's fixated on the Iraqi dinar until this shit starts kicking in. These little gatherings where she's interviewing sovereign citizens. She's interviewing people who, like that's an energy healer. This lady, she's Mr. Banker is a guy that she has on. She's had him on a couple of times. This is Mr. Banker, and that's his thing. He does not sound like a banker at all. Just saying. He sounds like someone who's been in a bank at some point, perhaps filling out an application or starting an account where they gave him an ATM card. And now, why does this matter? Okay, first of all, there's a shit ton of these fuckers. And none of them are voting. All of them are maggots. All of them are Trump fans. All of them are the hardcore people who support Trump. And they've all got Trump flags behind them while they're talking. No, they're not. They're not on crypto. I don't know why. It's weird. But they did this thing called the Truth Tour. That was here in Las Vegas. Now, it's moved around. This was one of the primary ones. They did one in San Diego. They've done one in, I believe, Oklahoma. They tour around the country having these little Q fests. And then, like, I scrolled back as far as I could to find, like, one of these other videos. But pretty much she was just building this up until such time as she could do live, get enough people, then start live streaming. This one has 674 views. It's a month ago. This one has 3,000 views. So the longer stuff isn't quite drawing the audience she's hoping for. But they're there. Every single person who's watched this all the way through is a full-on Qbert. Okay. I don't, yeah. Yes, we have, okay, this is just aliens. Let me see if I can find this dude.
Individual commodity to a large.
Okay, so her guest, this is the most recent one. This is EDU 102 Newsroom, Shella Smith, replay from September 21st. Special guest, Mr. Trumptastic. He's a dumb bastard, Mr. Trumpastic. Ba-da-da-donk-donk. Yeah, Mr. Trumptastic is the name of the guest. Now, look, you want to look your best on camera. I get it. But there's a certain point where you get to like middle school redneck chick at the state fair levels of makeup, which I have to be completely honest, as a high schooler was a big turn on for me. But at a certain point gets a little creeptastic, especially when you throw on the smoothing filters and all that shit too.
Or diverse collection of securities. ETFs can even be structured.
Okay, she does so she does a video about what ETFs are. Okay, and then this is the group she has together. So Mr. Trumptastic, and then this lady's an energy healer. I don't know who the fuck the river is. Liz is obviously a woman who needs no introduction. And these folks are back on YouTube with a vengeance. And they're having the little Zoom gatherings. And they're selling $80 3-day seminars on how you don't have to pay taxes, or if you get a traffic ticket, it's a contract with the government. And you can violate the contract because it's not real, because the 1936 Birth Certificate Act or some shit. Fuck me.
Mr. Trumptastic here as a special guest.
Mr. Trumptastic, he's a dumb bastard. But sorry.
On the call, plus our
it's just so easy.
newsroom family that's in the EDU.
Look, and by the way, look at his flag. Trump, 2024, where we go one, we go all. He's got the star, like it's the whole deal.
U102 group. Thank you everyone for being here.
Thanks. So good.
I'm going to start with Iraq. We have some interesting.
Excuse me, it's the Iraq, and as for the Iraq, okay?
Things going on, reminding everybody that they have announced that they were going to be in the green zone starting the 1st of October. I don't know if I really like that they did that announcement, but.
By the way, she's talking about Muqtada al-Sadr has announced that they're going to either storm or go to the green zone, and so they'll be repelled from the green zone if they fucking try. It's lunacy. I don't know what the fuck.
You know, it's supposed to be their 3rd time, right, Mr. Trumptastic, that they're currently going back into the.
Yeah, AKA the charm. That's right. Muqtada al-Sadr's followers have attacked the green zone twice already. They're going to try it for a 3rd time, or they did in October.
Green zone. And then we should see the same thing with Zimbabwe and Vietnam in the future, with them moving forward with reforms and economics as well.
Oh, by the way, they apparently there's a diversification move in the Q dinar crowd where they're also buying Zimbabwe's money, and they're buying Vietnamese money because it's all taken to shit. By the way, Zimbabwe singularly has, if I may show you, can I just, I know this is stupid, but I mean, we're waiting for, how stupid can you get? We're waiting for this jackhole. You know what I mean? Like, we're just dicking around till he shows up, if he shows up. Let me show you this. What the inflation numbers for the whole world. There you go. Trading economies. Let me go to world. Here, hold on. All right. Look, okay, at the very bottom of the list, with the worst fucking inflation in the world, Zimbabwe. So basically, these guys are trying to George Soros their way through, the currencies of countries that are kind of fucked. That's what's really happening. Like, if those of you who don't know, George Soros made his money by hedging against the British pound, and leveraged it in a way that like triggered, like he basically did a pump and dump and got it from it. Yeah. So that's what these assholes are trying. They think they're going to ride some fucking wave. Congrats, some dude. Nice job. Thanks for voting. Of the world inflation rate, literally Zimbabwe isn't just alphabetically at the bottom. The lowest one is negative 2.5, South Sudan. Because, again, 0 times 1,000 is still 0. It's 1,000% is 0. But yeah, so there's Zimbabwe. 269 fucking percent. It's the worst. And so these guys are like, what a great investment opportunity. Now, if I may, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you that the Q crowd got into the Iraqi dinar at the end of 2020. The idea was, it was starting to have a groundswell. There was a little bit playing around, but they really jumped the fuck in right after the election. They're like, this is a sign, the whole world. It's fucking bananas. I fell over. Okay, let me show you something. So these guys jumped in, understand, she and probably the rest of these assholes buried their life savings in the Iraqi dinar based on Q, who went silent in August right before, they were just writing. So I was like, this is the time. It's coming. The storm is here. It's going to happen. And they all just took their life savings, their kids' fucking college fund and everything, and they dumped it into the Iraqi dinar, which right now sits at 0.00068 of a dollar. Now, it's like the yen or something, right? It's got to be shit. It's probably always shitty like that, right? It says, can't be that. It's got a couple of spikes where it's going up to 0.000695. Look at that magic. If you're buying, I don't know, $1 trillion worth of it, it might actually show a profit. Wait, no. Please wait. Drum roll, please. You're going to love this, because the followers of the man who had Art of the Deal goes written for him, who's master businessman, and finally it's time we get a smart guy who knows the things and knows the thing better. Can I wait for it? Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the chart of the Iraqi dinar over the last 5 years. It's literally when they jumped on board. Look at it. 2020, right up to 2020, and then kapow! Right when these assholes they bought before the dip. They bought right as it was crashing. And there is no reason for it to go up. None. Jesus, that's fucking hilarious. So, that explains why this lady, who has a bunch of her fucking money, and all these people who dumped all their fucking money in this thing, are now doing a, hey suckers, jump in to the Iraqi dinar, it's the shizzle. Because, a la a recent, if I may, let's see, Kathy Wood, Elon, Dorsey, Bitcoin. Hold on. Yeah, let me show you this real quick. Boop. So I love me some Kathy Woods. I think she's very smart. However, Kathy Woods, like everybody, can make bad decisions about shit. She can, she's great. She's right about disruptive technology, and she's right about the inherent deflationary nature of technology, that it's automatically, things get faster and better, and that's another form of cheaper, because you can have fast, good, and cheap. You can only have two at a time. So if you can't have cheap, faster, and better is the same thing. It's effectively zeroes it out. So she had a Bitcoin gathering with Jack Dorsey, Elon Musk, hold on, and Kathy Wood, and then this guy moderated. I think he's from ARK Investment. Now, I like Kathy. Like I said, nobody's right all the time. But here's Jack Dorsey, the guy who just invested in this asshole buying Twitter, and this asshole who dumped a shit ton of money into Bitcoin and into Doge and some other stuff. And these guys are all freaking the fuck out because it ain't worth shit. They bought at 60,000 thinking it's going to 1 million, and then it took a header and it's hovering around 20,000, and there is no fucking reason materially for it to go up at all without just a sucker buy-in for the next 10 fucking years. There just isn't. There's no purpose to it. Not yet. You can't use it enough, and nobody's going to set up a thing until big institutional investors are using it, and they're not going to use it until consumers use it. It's fucking dead in the water. And so Kathy's right about the rest of the disruptive technologies, cars, solar, solid state batteries, all that shit. I'm with her. She had a great interview with Peter Zion where he called her out on some limitations of automation and the time frame. Automation will solve a lot of problems, but not quickly. But this asshole, Dorsey, lives in fucking Thailand, where you can live for nickels on the dollar anyways. And how, what an asshole you have to be to be that rich and then go live where everybody's poor? Seriously, if I ever get anywhere close to this level of rich, I'm moving to the Swiss Alps. I'm going to live like a fucking Bond villain in a hollowed out Red Skull type, hillside, or mountainside, lair. Just that's the only other word I can come up with. Just that, and then I'm going to hang out with people who are way richer than I am, so my ego doesn't get away from me. But I'm sure as fuck not going to become a multi-billionaire and then go live where people are fucking scrapping for beans. Honestly, what the fuck? So, anyways, Jack, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know the guy. I don't care. I have no investment in it. I just think it's a bunch of hippie bullshit. Anyways, so these guys had a conversation about Bitcoin. They all got together and they had this big circle jerk about, yeah, it's going to be the thing. Yeah. And during the fucking thing, let's see if I can find this. They had, I want to say they took breaks. Let's see if I can find it. There was a big ad that ran over the top of it, which is if you buy in now, it might not have been on this channel's version of it because it was on multiple places. We're going to, they're we're going to kick in. If you buy this, we're going to give you $20,000 worth of Bitcoin for every, 5,000 you put in or some shit. They were literally goosing this fucking market to try and get it off the ground. I got news for you, folks. This is the hillbilly version of that exact same fucking thing. That's it. These fucking hillbillies are doing, and there's no difference. I mean, it's a matter of fucking scale. So, yeah. So, all 5 of these dipshits poured their family fortunes and mortgaged their fucking house, right, with a fixed rate, or with an adjustable rate fucking mortgage, no doubt, right before interest rates went through the fucking roof, bought into fucking Iraqi dinars, and then the fucking bottom collapsed, just like crypto, because the same people worldwide, because somebody got word that some asshole was using the Iraqi dinar as a money laundering scheme, and they're like, oh, this is going to be the shit, man. It's going to be the slippery currency of the Middle East. And so these fuckers jumped in, poured everything they had into it, and then it took a dive. So now what they're trying to do regular get-togethers, and she's putting together this fucking show. This Shella Smith lady is putting together this regular show for the strict purpose of trying to get other idiots to buy in on this, to raise the price again, like it's some fucking stock she can pump and dump, so she can get the fuck out. And I went through like 3 of these today. I was like, where? And every time she's like, they're buying gold.
By the Middle East news media outlets. I do this weekly review and it's based 58%, and June futures for West Texas Intermediate crude rose 55% to 108.56 per barrel. In addition, the price...
Yeah, that didn't turn out to be the case, did it? The futures actually ate shit. Anybody who bought in at the future number there actually lost their shirt. This is 6 months ago.
Hike supports the recent proposal of the European Commission's president to introduce a complete oil embargo on Russian oils in phase as part of the new 6th round of sanctions.
She does a lot of those side cuts. Anyways, so the whole purpose of this is the US dollar isn't worth shit. It's a fiat currency made by, magic cabal people. But the safe bet, I shit you not, the safe bet is the Iraqi fucking dinar. And it's all over the fucking place. By the way, let me see if, okay, so let me show you something else. So I follow some sketchy shit on Telegram just to keep track of it. And I don't know why this is, we'll go all the way to the top, but this is one of the big QAnon sites on Telegram. And it's a lot of like November, remember the 5th of November. The dude's a fucking terrorist. He was going to kill a bunch of people. Shut the fuck up. He like kidnapped a woman and tortured her till she shaved her head and became a follower, and then she turned on him and fuck off. Anyways, tomorrow being an this is their advice. Tomorrow, bring an undercover camera with you when you vote to document all suspicious activity. Brown voters. If you're a Republican poll worker, make sure you do the same thing. Observe all exits as false flag shootings may happen. I guess exits of the building, not everyone leaving. That would be exhausting. Keep your eyes open. Maintain a high level of situational awareness. And all of this stuff is like, hold the line. Something big is coming. All the right people are scared, very scared. It's showtime. All Trump allies are being mysteriously killed. What? Japanese Prime Minister Putin mysteriously has cancer. Imran Khan nearly killed today. No coincidence. Okay, first of all, 2 out of 3 of those fuckers are still alive. Are being mysteriously killed. Past tense. There's nothing mysterious about the dude who killed Shinzo Abe. He was a lunatic. He blamed Abe for like how his aunt was treated or some shit. Like he was a loco. He made a homemade fucking gun. The storm is coming. The truth will come out bigger and stronger than ever before. Who was nearly assassinated? Attempts to assassinate Trump are real and will increase. A November to remember. Why? Operation Fauci was successful. Now it's time for Operation Biden. Oh, because Fauci is retiring at 80? Shall we play a game once more? Something big is coming. Stay vigilant. There's a lot of that stay vigilant bullshit. Barr failed. Patriots betrayed. Pedophiles protected. Witnesses missing. Judges threatened. Nuclear war. The storm never left. Red wave. Get ready. I mean, they're really trying to, see some of that dark Brandon energy, and it ain't fucking working. Another storm is coming. The storm is going, okay. Anyway, so these jackholes, it should come as no surprise. Let's check in on this, make sure. Oh, JD Vance is talking. Look at that. Nobody gives a fuck. Okay, so the other one was, see if I can find this one. Newsmax clips. Yeah, so okay, so here's Lynn Wood's page. This is, when was this? Today at 3 o'clock, okay? This is recent. After the 2022 midterm selections, will I lose credibility with you if I continue to urge that we fix 2020 or bust? In my opinion, The only way to fix 2020 is the United States military. There are no other viable options, in my opinion. That has been the only viable option for many months now. The courts did not fix it. The legislators did not fix it. And too many people are willing to continue voting on the cheat machines. And none of us want a civil war. On the other hand, the communists do want a civil war and violence in the streets, as those events are critical to the success of color revolution. What in the world is going on with America? Your thoughts in response to this message. The winner of the 2024 presidential election will not take over the reins of power until January 20th, 2025. Rumors are floating around that President Trump will announce his candidacy for 2024 in the next several days, if not tonight. If he does, what will be your reaction to that development? If I was a communist, which I am not, I would want a midterm selection, which would placate the people so that the big cheat machines would be used again in 2024, with the big prizes again on the ballot, the presidency. Of course, I could be wrong. It is very difficult for a real patriot and child of God to think like a godless communist. Just saying. Until they fix 2020, it's just a wave of nausea, in quotes. Insanity and perpetuity wave by using the same corrupt system ran by the same cast of deplorable characters. This is someone, Hoku Star wrote this. Lynn, regardless of what the incoming is tomorrow, we must hold fast into Psalm 23. We must be resolute and focus on going courageously forward, no matter what is ahead. There's no other way, no other alternative, sir. What do you think happened at Gettysburg? They pressed on, went into the forward. Retreat was not an option, sir. Flag, heart, prayer hands, or thank you, depending on how you use it. It's one of the most versatile. Wait a minute, is Winnie the Pooh at the thing? No, I thought Big Bird was at the Trump rally. I knew that could never be true. Here you go. This is forwarded from Michelle Folks, this woman, no relation to Guy, apparently. A communist wave in the guise of a red wave. Just fucking dumb. Yeah. Boy, can you, I've said this, okay, he's playing the video. Well, midterm elections tomorrow. What do you predict? Red rhino wave, blue wave, communist wave. I don't know. I feel like all three and yet none. Central casting wave. Unfortunately, I call it sheeple wave. Continue to do the same thing and expect a different outcome. 1 + 2 = 3. Thank you for settling that for us once and for all, Mr. Lynn Wood. Fucking hell.